nationally, but not without criticism. There's accusations that Labor's rushed this legislation through without thorough consideration of the parameters of the restrictions. I also have to say, it can't be all we do in this space with children and devices, which brings me to my next guest. I heard her speak at ARC in London. She's fantastic. Sophie Winkleman, a UK actor and campaigner in this space, and she's been leading calls to pull back on the use of technology in our classrooms. I'm pleased to say she joins me now from London. Sophie, thank you for coming on the show in Australia, because, as I said, I thought your speech at ARC was fantastic. We are patting ourselves on the back for this change that will come in at the end of the year regarding people under the age of 16 and social media. But we think this is all we have to do. Have we got it right?
Well, first of all, lovely to be here. Great fan of yours. I think it's impressive and exciting that Australia are showing muscular, pioneering action on this topic, because it's a great sign for other countries around the world that they can't just be complacent and negligent anymore. So I'm personally terribly grateful to Australia for being the first ones. Apparently Brazil are doing something similar. I don't know if you've got it right yet. I know there's some issues on age verification in terms of data security. I think you've now allowed WhatsApp and YouTube. I think you guys have now said that's okay. I don't think they're okay. I'm having seen everything I've seen. I'm now pretty hardline on all this stuff. And I don't actually know why children need to have any internet-enabled device before they're 16, let alone the contagion of it in the classrooms, which I know we're going to come on to.
Yeah, a lot of people say that we really need to go further. We need to take the devices out of the classroom. I know there's some schools in Australia that are putting back in handwriting. Our kids have lost the art of writing with a pen and writing with a pencil. Where do you stand on this?
I stand very firmly in the camp of handwriting implants learned information far more profoundly in the brain than typing and swiping does. Reading a page from a book is a far more deep way to learn than reading on a screen where you just skim read. This has all been clinically proven. Sweden showed a lot of muscle, like you guys are in the social media space, on EdTech and education. And they've basically said it was a failed experiment, and they're reinvesting in books, pen and paper. And I really want the rest of the world to follow suit. But as EdTech is now a multi-billion-dollar business, it's going to be a very tough hill to climb, because they are going to peddle this stuff, pretending it's superior to traditional methods, even though it's been proven that it really isn't. And it's got to be parents and teachers taking to the streets and saying, no way.
I mean, you, along with Jonathan Hyde, I think have been really phenomenal in this space, because we're having a conversation that we just weren't having 2 or 3 years ago. Everyone thought that the advance of tech through the classroom was just more and more of it. We couldn't get enough. And now we're really asking ourselves whether we need to get it right out. And of course, we've got AI on the doorstep.
Absolutely. AI is a slightly separate topic in that I think it can be okay for some 16 to 18-year-olds to work out how to use it. I'm not a big fan of it in the school space, but I want children to be digitally literate. But there's a big difference between knowing how to use a computer and knowing how to navigate the internet, and there being a contagion of this stuff in every single subject. And that's what people are getting very angry about. Also, gazing at a screen all day is incredibly unhealthy. It gives children headaches, it's bad for their eyesight, it's bad for their hormone production, it's bad for their posture, it's bad for their sleep. We should all say no to this way of learning. It's cerebrally not as good as handwriting and reading, and it's physically incredibly unhealthy.
Well, I know you're going to keep up the fight. Thank you very much for joining us tonight in Australia. Sophie Winkleman there from London. A reminder too, ARC will have a conference in June next year. Those details are online. She's also a member of the British royal family. I tell you what, she's got an ear of pretty important people there. I hope this fight and conversation continues. All right, after the break, a lawyer's been slammed or has slammed the